The Mind You Build, a modern guide to rewiring your thoughts, breaking old habits, and becoming the person you choose. Introduction. What if your life isn't driven by motivation, but by patterns? Each morning begins with invisible routines already in motion. They shape how you think, how you respond, what you believe about yourself, and ultimately the direction your future takes. For example, imagine someone named Daniel. He wakes up, immediately reaches for his phone, scrolls social media for 20 minutes, feels slightly anxious seeing other people's productive mornings, and then starts his day already behind emotionally. Nothing big happened, but his mindset for the day was already shaped. Many people try to change through bigger goals, but the truth is simpler. Your habits are quietly shaping your future every day. And here is the encouraging part. The brain is built to adapt. Whatever you've experienced in the past, whatever habits have formed over time, even if you've restarted many times before, new pathways can still be created. Attention can be trained. Unhelpful patterns can be replaced with healthier ones. This process is not about becoming someone else. It is about revealing the strongest version of who you already are. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Your brain is always listening. Every thought leaves a trace. When a thought is repeated often enough, the brain begins to treat it as familiar truth. I'll never change. I'm always tired. I'm not disciplined. These are not facts. They are repeated interpretations. For example, consider someone who fails to stick to a workout routine twice. Instead of seeing it as I didn't follow through this time, they begin saying, I never stick to anything. After a few weeks, they stop even trying, not because they are incapable, but because the story became stronger than the evidence. The mind does not simply record reality, it predicts it. And those predictions quietly shape behavior. Picture walking across an open field. The first time, the grass is untouched. The next time, a faint path appears. Over time, a trail forms. Now imagine that same field is your reaction to stress. If every stressful moment leads you to eat junk food, that path becomes your default response. Eventually, you don't even think, you just follow the trail. Thoughts work the same way. The more a thought is repeated, the more automatic it becomes. But this works in reverse as well. A person who begins replacing, I can't handle this with, I can take this one step at a time, slowly builds a new mental path. One small moment of resilience at a time. New mental paths can be created at any time. Chapter 2. Tiny choices create extraordinary lives. Small actions are often ignored because their results are not immediate. One glass of water feels insignificant. A few pages of reading seem minor. A short walk appears too simple to matter. But imagine someone named Sarah. She starts by walking just 10 minutes after dinner. At first it feels pointless. After 2 weeks, she notices she sleeps better. After a month, her energy improves. After 6 months, she has lost weight. Not because of one big decision, but because of hundreds of small walks. A single day rarely shows change. A year always does. Life is not shaped by rare dramatic moments. It is shaped by ordinary decisions repeated consistently. Even something as small as choosing to put your phone in another room while working can completely change your productivity over time. Real progress is quiet. It builds long before it becomes visible. Chapter 3. Attention is your greatest currency. Countless things compete for your attention. Phones, social media, news updates, constant notifications. Imagine sitting down to work for 30 minutes, but your phone lights up every few minutes. Each time you lose your train of thought. By the end, you feel busy, but nothing meaningful is finished. Now imagine the same person turning their phone on silent and placing it in another room. Suddenly, the same 30 minutes becomes focused, calm, and productive. Each distraction pulls at the same resource, your focus. And where your focus goes, your life gradually follows. Before reacting to a distraction, pause. Before reaching for your phone, breathe. Then ask, what was I about to do? For example, you walk into the kitchen to get water, but your phone buzzes. You pick it up for a second, and 15 minutes later, you're still scrolling. That small pause, just noticing the interruption, can break the cycle. Self-control begins with noticing, not forcing. Chapter 4, The Power of Identity. Instead of saying, I want to exercise, say, I am someone who takes care of my body. For example, two people both miss a workout. One says, I failed again. The other says, I'm becoming someone who shows up even if I missed today. The second person is more likely to return tomorrow because their identity is still intact. Instead of, I need to stop procrastinating, say, I finish what I start. Imagine a student who usually delays assignments until the last night. Instead of trying to force motivation, they begin saying, I'm someone who starts early. At first, they still struggle, but they begin starting 10 minutes earlier, then 30, then hours. The identity slowly reshapes behavior. Behavior follows identity. When you begin to see yourself differently, your actions adjust to match that view. Motivation shifts. Identity provides direction. Chapter 5, Make Good Habits Easy. The simpler a behavior is, the more likely it is to happen. If you want to read, place the book on your pillow so it's the first thing you see at night. If you want to drink more water, keep a bottle on your desk instead of in the kitchen. If you want to exercise, lay out your clothes the night before so there is no morning decision. For example, someone who struggles with morning workouts doesn't rely on motivation. Instead, they sleep in their workout clothes. When they wake up, the decision is already made. Willpower fades, environment remains. The spaces around you quietly shape your decisions more than you realize. Chapter 6, Master the Pause. Self-control is not suppression. It is space. Imagine someone receives a frustrating message from a coworker. Their first impulse is to reply angrily, but instead they pause, put the phone down, take a breath, and respond 10 minutes later with clarity instead of emotion. That small delay changes the entire outcome of the conversation. When emotion rises, pause. When frustration builds, pause. When temptation appears, pause. That brief gap creates distance between impulse and action. In that space, clarity returns. Each time you choose awareness over reaction, discipline becomes stronger and more natural. Chapter 7, Feed the Mind Carefully. The mind is shaped by what it repeatedly consumes. For example, someone who watches negative news for an hour every morning may start the day feeling anxious and distrustful. Another person who reads something uplifting or educational begins the day with clarity and direction. Books, music, conversations, podcasts, videos. Not all input affects you in the same way. After spending time on certain social media feeds, notice how you feel. Energized, inspired, or drained and distracted. It helps to ask regularly, is this strengthening me or draining me? Mental space is limited. Not everything deserves access to it. Chapter 8, The Morning Sets the Direction. The early hours of the day carry strong influence. Imagine 2 mornings. In the first, someone wakes up and immediately checks messages, news and social media. Within minutes, they are reacting to other people's lives. In the second, someone wakes up, drinks water, stretches, sits quietly for a few minutes, and writes one intention. Today I will focus on finishing one important task. Before checking messages or notifications, begin with intention. Drink water, move gently, breathe deeply. Read something grounding. Set a simple direction for the day. These small actions signal that the day is being led consciously, not reacted to passively. Chapter 9, Evening Reflection. Awareness is essential for growth. Consider a person who ends each day feeling busy but unclear. They decide to reflect for just 5 minutes each night. At first it feels unnecessary, but after a week, they begin noticing patterns, like always procrastinating after lunch or feeling most focused in the morning. At the end of the day, pause and reflect. What went well today? What felt challenging? What could be improved tomorrow? For example, you might realize, I worked well in the morning but lost focus after lunch when I started scrolling my phone. That awareness alone allows change the next day. No judgment, only observation. Progress belongs to those willing to see themselves clearly, without avoidance or criticism. Chapter 10, Becoming Unrecognizable. At some point, you will look back and notice how much has changed. The person who once struggled to wake up early now does it naturally. The person who used to procrastinate now starts tasks without overthinking. The person who reacted emotionally now pauses first. Old habits will feel distant. Negative self-talk will lose its weight. Discipline will feel more natural. Peace will appear more often, not because life became easier, but because you became steadier within it. Transformation is not a single decision. It is the result of countless small moments no one else sees. A mindful breath, a healthier choice, a patient response, a pause before reacting. These moments quietly accumulate into a new life. Take a slow breath in. Hold it gently. Release. Once more. Remember this. You do not need to change everything at once. One better choice is enough for today. Thoughts can shift. Habits can evolve. A future can be rebuilt. The mind you shape now becomes the life you experience later. And from this moment forward, you are already beginning. Chapter 11. Becoming the Observer. What if everything you believe about you is not actually you? Most people move through life completely convinced that they are their thoughts, that the voice in their head is their identity, their truth, their self. But pause for a moment and question that. If you are your thoughts, then who is the one noticing them? Because there is always a part of you that can step back and see them arrive, one after another, like passing weather in the mind. Thoughts are not who you are. They are events, temporary movements in awareness. Now imagine sitting beside a river, but this time don't just picture the water, notice what it means. Leaves drift across the surface, each one carrying a different thought. I'm not good enough. What if I fail? I'll never change. And here is the shift most people never make. You are not the river. You are not even the leaves. You are the one watching them pass. You don't have to jump into the river every time a leaf appears. You don't have to believe every thought that floats by. You can simply watch. And in that simple act of watching, something powerful begins to change. You stop being controlled by every passing thought and start becoming the one who sees clearly. This is one of the most important skills you will ever develop, because the moment you learn to observe your thoughts, instead of automatically believing them, you create space. And in that space, wisdom finally has room to appear. Mind exercise, the 3-minute observer. Find a quiet place. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath. For the next 3 minutes, don't try to stop your thoughts. Simply notice them. Imagine each thought floating across the sky like a cloud. Don't chase it. Don't fight it. Simply say, there is a thought. Then let it pass. You may be surprised to discover that your mind naturally becomes quieter when you stop arguing with it. When the 3 minutes are complete, gently bring your attention back to your breathing for a few moments before opening your eyes. Reflection prompt. Before moving on, take a moment to ask yourself, what did I notice about my thoughts when I stopped trying to control them? And what might this reveal about how I usually relate to my mind? Chapter 12. Walking through fear instead of around it. Fear exists to protect you. It is an ancient system designed to detect danger and prepare you to respond. In the modern world, however, it is often triggered by situations that are not physically dangerous, difficult conversations, new opportunities, or the possibility of failure. The alarm is real, even when the threat is not. Picture standing at the edge of a diving board. Your heart races, your breath shortens, and your mind fills with worst-case scenarios. Your body reacts as if you are in danger, even though thousands of people make the same jump safely every day. Fear is not always a signal to stop. Often, it is a signal that you are entering unfamiliar territory. And unfamiliarity is where growth begins. The goal is not to remove fear, but to learn how to move forward with it, present. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is taking the next small step anyway. Mind exercise, naming the fear. Write one sentence. I'm afraid that. Complete it without editing. Then reflect. What evidence supports this fear? What evidence challenges it? What is one small action I can take today despite it? You do not need to resolve everything. You only need to take one honest step. As you begin to notice your fears more clearly, You may also start to see how often the mind tries to protect you in ways that feel overwhelming rather than helpful. Chapter 13. Understanding anxiety with compassion. Anxiety often feels like the mind is trying to control the future by predicting every possible outcome. It searches for certainty by running through worst-case scenarios. What if something goes wrong? What if I disappoint people? What if I'm not ready? The mind believes that enough thinking can create safety. But worry is not preparation. Preparation leads to action. Worry only repeats itself. When anxiety appears, try this gentle reminder. My mind is trying to protect me, but I don't need to solve the future right now. This creates space for compassion instead of self-criticism. Mind exercise, returning to the present. Pause, place both feet on the ground. Take a slow breath in and out. Then notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell. 1 thing you are grateful for. Anxiety may still be present afterward. That is okay. The goal is not to force calm, but to return to the present moment. As you practice returning to the present, you may begin to notice the tone of your inner voice more clearly, which shapes how you experience everything that follows. Chapter 14. Becoming steady. Life will continue to bring challenges. Setbacks, losses, and unexpected changes are part of the experience of living. Growth does not remove difficulty. It changes how you respond to it. You pause instead of react. You breathe instead of spiral. You return to your values instead of abandoning them. Again and again, strength is not defined by never falling. It is defined by how consistently you return to yourself after you do. 1 choice, 1 breath, 1 moment at a time. You are not becoming perfect. You are becoming steady. And that steadiness becomes one of the most valuable qualities you can offer yourself and others. Final reflection. Take a slow breath. Ask yourself, what kind of person am I becoming through my daily choices? Do not rush the answer. Let the question stay with you. Real change often begins not with certainty, but with the willingness to keep asking better questions. And as you carry this question forward, you may find that the next step is already quietly forming within you. As we come to the end of this audiobook, remember this. The greatest transformation rarely happens in a single moment. It happens in the quiet decisions no one else sees. The decision to pause before reacting. The decision to replace one negative thought with a hopeful one. The decision to get back up after a setback. The decision to believe that change is possible. You may not notice dramatic differences tomorrow, or even next week, but every mindful thought, every healthy habit, and every intentional choice is laying another brick in the foundation of the life you're building. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not have to define you. Your fears may visit, but they do not have to lead you. Your habits may have become familiar, but they can always be rewritten. Every sunrise is a new invitation. Every breath is another opportunity to begin again. So as you leave this moment, carry one simple truth with you. You are not becoming someone new. You are uncovering the strength, wisdom, and resilience that have been within you all along. Trust the process. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate every small victory. And remember, the mind you shape today becomes the life you experience tomorrow. Keep growing. Keep learning. Keep showing up. One thought, one habit, one day at a time. Your journey is only beginning. If this audiobook encouraged you, challenged you, or gave you even one idea that you can carry into your daily life, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one habit or mindset you are committed to changing. Your story may encourage someone else who needs hope today. If you enjoyed this journey, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend or family member who could benefit from it. Your support helps this community grow and allows more people to discover content that inspires positive change. Until we meet again, remember this: guard your thoughts. Choose your habits with intention. Lead your mind with wisdom. And never underestimate the power of one small step taken consistently. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a stronger chapter. Until next time, keep building the mind that builds the life you truly want. Peace be with you, and I'll see you in the next journey.